Support for Radio Friends comes from La Brunerie Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact La Brunerie Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Learn more at labrunerie.com or by calling 573-449-5313. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, September the 3rd. This is Labor Day, and guess who's with us on Labor Day? Larry Brown.
A common laborer.
Yes, we're both common laborers,
That's right.
aren't we? Larry Brown, singer, songwriter, storyteller, and today you're a you're a singer.
This is a ballad, and it's appropriate to Labor Day. It's a classic ballad about human beings versus machine power. And the origins of the song are back to the 1870s, post-Civil War Reconstruction period. But I think it's a song about today, given that often the economic struggles we have is between whether a machine or a computer should do it or a human being, and the issues of unemployment and specialization that all occur.
So this goes back to Civil War Day.
Yeah.
And it's still appropriate.
Well, I think so.
All right, so the name of the song is?
The Ballad of John Henry.
All right, we'll listen to it.
When John Henry was a little baby, sitting on his daddy's knee, well, he picked up a hammer and a little bit of steel. Said, this hammer's gonna be the death of me, Lord, Lord. This hammer's gonna be the death of me. Now the captain, he said to John Henry, I'm gonna bring that steam drill around. I'm gonna bring that steam drill out on these tracks. Gonna knock that steel on down, Lord, Lord. Gonna knock that steel on down. But John Henry said to his captain, Lord, man ain't nothing but a man. But before I let that steam drill beat me down, I'm gonna die with my hammer in my hand, Lord, Lord. I'm gonna die with my hammer in my hand. Now John Henry driving on the right side, and the steam drill driving on the left, says, before I let your steam drill beat me down, I'm gonna hammer myself to death, Lord, Lord. I'm gonna hammer myself to death. Well, the captain said to John Henry, what's that storm I hear? John Henry said, that ain't no storm, my captain. That's just my hammer in the air, Lord, Lord. Just my hammer in the air. And John Henry said to his shakers, shakers, why don't you sing? 'Cause I'm swinging 30 pounds from my hips on down. Just listen to that cold steel ring, Lord, Lord. Listen to that cold steel ring. Well, John Henry, he hammered in the mountain, and his hammer was striking fire. But he worked so hard that he broke his heart, and he laid down his hammer and he died, Lord, Lord. Laid down his hammer and he died. Well, now John Henry had a woman by the name of Polly Ann. Well, she walked up to those tracks, picked up John Henry's hammer, and she drove that steel like man, Lord, Lord. Drove that steel like man. Well, every Monday morning, when the bluebird begins to sing, you can hear John Henry for a mile or more. You can hear John Henry sing. You can hear John Henry's hammer sing.
John Henry. You know, I remember that song, Johnny Cash Johnny Cash made a big hit out of that.
There are a list of dozens of performers, from Guthrie to Seeger to Burl Ives to Big Bill Brunsey. Paul Robeson even had a video out. Belafonte, Steve Earle, right down to, of course, today, the boss, Bruce Springsteen. There's hundreds of performers. Now, it's interesting that now historians say there really was a person,
John Henry.
but there's a variety of legends about it. 3 different locations that I discovered. One was Big Bend Tunnel in West Virginia, and they point to working on the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad, and there's a tunnel there, 1870s. But there's another legend said it was the Lewis Tunnel in Virginia. And there they actually found a history record of a freeman, former slave, John William Henry. He might have been convict labor, might have been a free man. And then there's others that say, no, it was the Coosa Mountain Tunnel down in Alabama. And there's other locations, even some say it may have been Jamaica. But there's places around the world where they have now monuments and tell that story.
They have monuments around the world about this song?
There's locations that they believe it actually happened at. And there's folks who did research in the 1920s that actually talked to people who said they witnessed it or they knew him. But there's a lot of versions. Now, I was picking pretty fast here, and you'll hear it on bluegrass style or either fiddle or banjo tunes all the way over to slow blues, Mississippi Delta style. You'll hear variations, whether it's construction workers who've been singing it or railroad workers or miners. You're going to have slightly different lyrics and different emphasis on it. But it's a song, again, about, it could be a protest song.
Yeah.
It could be, again, standing up against those who would take away workers and their rights and their abilities.
Any way you look at it, it was appropriate for Labor Day.
Honoring workers. Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't help but think of Johnny Cash's version.
Oh, yeah.
Because to me, that one was the one that stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sings a little slower and, again, has some variations on the verses from other entertainers. I think probably my first recollection was Pete Seeger with a banjo, and that was pretty rapid fire. But, a few years ago, Bruce Springsteen did a tribute to Pete Seeger. And did
that was one of the songs
That was one of the songs he did, too, yeah.
All right. Larry Brown, it's always a pleasure having you here. If people want your songs or stories, there's a wealth of them available on CD and DVD, right?
Yes.
And how do they get them?
Well, get in touch with me at brownstory@hotmail.com. Just send me an email and connect with me. And
brownstory@hotmail.com. You have anything coming up in the near future?
Well, yes, I'll be actually doing a number of historic presentations here and there. I'll be over at Sedalia talking about the Katy Trail and
you know the date on that?
I haven't got my calendar.
Okay, so go to his website and you'll find the date. Larry Brown, always a pleasure to have you here, and happy Labor Day to you.
Happy Labor Day.
Okay. Tomorrow we've got Missouri Botanic Gardens and Heart of Missouri United Way. Something you'd like to hear or see? I would love to hear from you if you'll drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Thanks for listening.